a hospital window, rain on English glass. In a stadium miles away, a Norwegian defender named Erling Haaland pulls on a Leeds United shirt, unaware his son is about to be born into English rain and Norwegian blood. Erling Braut Haaland arrives quietly, no cameras, no crowd. Just a father who plays football for a living, and a mother who once ran and jumped for her country. His mother, Marita Braut, was a heptathlon champion, a woman who had already tested her own body against the clock, the bar, the tape measure. His father had spent years grinding through England's toughest league. The boy is not born into fame, he is born into work. 3 years pass. A brutal challenge ends his father's career early, the kind of tackle that reroots a family's whole future. Erling packs up the house in Leeds. There is no bitterness in the leaving, only a decision. They are going home to a small town in Norway called Bryne, where the wind comes off the North Sea and nobody outside the country has ever heard the name. Flat fields, a gray sky that turns gold for maybe 4 months a year. This is where Erling Haaland will spend his whole childhood. Not a city, not an academy pipeline, a town of a few thousand people, one indoor pitch, and a father who refuses to let the disappointment of his own injury become his son's excuse. At 5, he joins Bryne FK's academy. His first 2 touches on the indoor pitch end in goals. The coach who is watching, a man named Alf Ingve Berntsson, doesn't know it yet, but he has just seen the beginning of something. The boy is not the biggest, he is not the fastest, but he has a hunger that doesn't belong to a 5-year-old. Every weekend, rain or frost, 20 kids show up to the same indoor pitch. Erling is there every time. While other children go home when the cold sets in, he stays. This isn't talent showing off. This is repetition. Thousands of touches nobody will ever see, in a gym nobody will ever film. He isn't only a footballer, he plays handball, he swings golf clubs. He runs and jumps in athletics meets chasing the same events his mother once won. At 5 years old, he sets a national record in the standing long jump. Football is not his only language, but it is the one he keeps coming back to. His coaches start to notice something they can't quite explain. He is smaller than the boys he plays against, a year younger than most of his opponents in training. It doesn't matter. Against taller, older bodies, he keeps scoring. "We knew he would go far," his coach will say years later. "We knew he had what it takes." By 15, he is playing senior football for Bryne's reserve team. 18 goals in 14 games, numbers that don't belong to a boy his age. Word starts to travel beyond the town limits, scouts, whispers, a name that keeps repeating. 3 months before his 16th birthday, his youth coach is promoted to first-team manager and hands the teenager his first senior start. Erling Haaland walks out for Bryne FK's first team, not as a striker yet, but as a winger, in a second-tier match nobody outside Norway is watching. He fails to score all season. It doesn't matter. Somebody is already circling. 16 years old, and he leaves Bryne, the only home he has ever really known, to sign for Molde FK, a bigger club under a manager who was once one of the most feared strikers in the world, gunnar solskjaer. The boy who grew up on an indoor pitch in a town of a few thousand people is about to learn what it means to be coached by someone who has already lived the dream he's chasing. This is where the story of the striker really begins. Not in a stadium in Manchester, not under Champions League lights, but in a small Norwegian town, on a cold indoor pitch, with a father who lost his career early, and a mother who knew what it cost to be the best. Everything that comes after, every record, every trophy, is built on this, from Bryne to the world. This is only the beginning of Erling Haaland's rise.